Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. We're going to ignore the nails today. I haven't managed to do them yet, which is why they look horrendous. As you can see from the title, today's video is all about me sharing 5 tips with you guys on how to thrift online. And when I say thrifting online, I mean through eBay, through Depop and Vinted, and any other sites kind of similar to that, but those are the 3 that I usually tend to gravitate towards when it comes to thrifting online. And I thought at the end of the video I could show you a little try on haul of some of the things that I've bought myself over the past few months. It's not going to be an extravagant haul or anything like that, because I'm really trying to hone down my shopping and stop buying loads of things unnecessarily and giving into trends, and invest more instead in clothing pieces that I know that I'll wear for years to come, and maybe giving into trends a little bit here and there. My first tip for you guys is to not restrict yourself on these apps. For example, I am a woman, but that doesn't mean that I just look at clothes in the women's section on Vinted, eBay and Depop. I also filter my corresponding sizes in the men's side too, because I think a lot of people are sitting on how amazing the clothes are on both ends, and kind of limiting themselves by just looking at the clothes that are, I guess, heteronormatively assigned to you. I have bought so many clothes, guys, from the men's section online and in store. I mean, men's clothing is cool too. My second tip is to make sure that you're filtering everything by the prices that are within your budget. It saves so much time for you guys, instead of filtering through, spending ages just being stressed out that things are way too expensive for you. And I know that this might seem like something that's a bit basic, but I don't know about you guys, but for me definitely, I think filtering by price is one of the last things that come to my mind. I filter by size, I filter by type of clothing, all of these things, and then I kind of forget about price and I just scroll through and then end up never actually wanting to get anything, because too many of the things are way above what I'd be willing to spend. One of the biggest cons when it comes to thrifting is that you have to have the luxury of time to be able to filter through things, and this honestly saves so much of that time that you'd originally be wasting. So definitely recommend filtering by price for your budget. The third tip I have for you is to negotiate. Negotiation is key, guys. When it comes to haggling in person, I am way too awkward for that, so I just end up paying the price someone says and just kind of shut up and leave. But the power of online is you never have to have that awkward eye contact that you would in person, and so you can just message them asking for a lower price and haggling. On apps like Vinted and eBay, both you and the seller can actually officially give bargain offers to each other, and you can accept it or decline it, and you can also message them privately and ask for a lower price and see if they accept that or not, and you guys can kind of haggle whilst you're messaging each other. 3 bits of clothing that I got that you'll see later in the video, I did this way on Depop. I'm telling you for a fact, I know that pretty much most sellers, especially if their clothes aren't already ridiculously cheap, know that there's going to be some sort of bargaining going on, which is why the price is ever so slightly more than it would be. I never ever buy things straight away after just seeing the price online. I always haggle, even if it's a couple of pounds, because they're a bit of a pushy seller and don't want to reduce the price. That's fair enough, but I mean, we might as well get our bang for our buck, right? So definitely make sure that you take the time to negotiate and get that price down. The 4th tip that I have for you guys is to not restrict yourself when it comes to sizes. For example, when I am in store, if I saw something I liked on the clothing rack, I would just automatically go to the back, because that's where usually my sizes were, which is obviously really restrictive, but I also feel like the layout of shopping in store kind of makes you think that way too, that you're this size, that size, and if it's not there, there's no point you bothering. Whereas I feel like size is such a fluid thing when it comes to online thrifting, especially because a lot of the clothes you tend to see online weren't even necessarily made in the last 5-10 years. So sizing is completely different. Even if the label says size 14, which I am, it could actually probably be a size 10 or 12 in today's time because it was made in the 90s probably. So you really want to make sure you're not restricting yourself when it comes to sizing. Yes, filtering by size does help in terms of, you know, lowering the saturation of clothes you see on these apps, but I definitely do recommend looking at sizes that are also above your original sizing, just because, like I said, older clothes tend to be a lot smaller with a bigger number compared to today's time. Leading right from there, my fifth and final point for today's video is to make sure you're comfortable and are aware of your body measurements. So the main ones I'd recommend you measuring yourself with a measuring tape is your chest size. I think in male clothes they tend to say pit to pit, your waist size, your hip size, and your length from where you'd want your trousers to sit. I really think that with these basic measurements, you don't even need to really worry about size. You can just type in your measurements in the search box and see what kind of comes up. A lot of the time, even though sizing is included in the description, you tend to actually see a breakdown of measurements anyway. So it's a lot easier for you to then be like, okay, this says size 14, which I usually am, but the waist size is like 4 inches smaller than my actual waist size, so this is a big no-no. Making sure you know what your measurements are really will make all of the difference, especially, like I said, in the situation where, you know, you're looking at clothes from opposite sex. So yeah, I feel like these 5 tips are really valuable tips that might seem really basic, especially for any of you guys that thrift all the time online and are much more experts than I am. But I really feel like these are the main things that my mind kind of registers as soon as I start going through my deep hole of searching on these apps. And so I thought that I'd share this with you guys, especially if you, like me, are new to the whole online thrifting and thrifting world in general and don't really know where to start in terms of finding what the right things for you are. I think now we should get to the moment you guys have been waiting for, which is my try on thrift haul. I just want to say that I feel like these things that I thrifted online are some of the best things I've ever thrifted ever. The first thing that I bought is this really gorgeous spring dress, and it's a bodycon style dress, so it's not a very flowy dress, and it's a very nice light sagey green, and it has a gorgeous tiny floral print that is kind of going across the entire dress. This is originally from H&M, but I got this off of eBay on an auction and it ended up costing me £5.90, including packaging and posting. I thought that for the springtime it would be so nice with my cardigan, channeling my Y2K, you know, soft girl vibes. £5.90, what a bargain. The next 3 things that I bought are 3 things I actually got in a bundle on Depop. Well, I originally saw this amazing cardigan on Depop, and then I went on the seller's page and I saw that she was actually selling quite a lot of things that were my style, and she was doing an offer where if you bought 3 things it would be for £35 or something like that. And so I was like, oh my god, I might as well just buy the other things I wanted from her too and save myself some money. So I found 3 things that I really liked, and so I messaged her and I said, hi, I'm really interested in buying these 3 things, however I know that you said it's £35, I can really only afford 20. Is that something you'd be willing to sell it for? And then she said £20 is a bit of a stretch because some of these things are brand new, but £25 is something I'd be more than happy to sell the 3 things for. I paid for it and literally within like 4 days it came. The first thing I got was this really nice cardigan. It looks a bit small, but the material is really stretchy, and it was described to be for my size anyway. It looks very similar to those trending cardigans right now with the fluffy pieces on the end on the collar line, but that's not really my style. So I love this so much. I am a Pisces through and through, and so for me, blues and greens, anything in that vibe, I gravitate towards so much. Teal is my favorite color till the day I die, but I do have to say sagey green is a close second. The next thing I bought that came in that bundle were these Zara beige trousers. and they are wide-legged trousers and they are elastic on the back too. I got this with the tag on and they were brand new, and I got 3 things for £25. This probably cost £25 on its own. I don't have any neutral items in terms of this beigey tanny colour, especially in trousers wise. I'm really excited to wear these with casual fits and with my chunky white trainers, because apparently I like to pretend I have no other shoes. Now the third thing that I got with this bundle is something that I'm a bit apprehensive about. I don't know if I'm going to try on, just because I am going to resell this. Now this is the downside of secondhand fashion, right? If it doesn't fit you, you can't return it, so you just have to resell it. It's this really gorgeous, I have to say. It's kind of like a knitted material, but it's very thick bralette. To be fair, I was talking about this with my best friend and she was even like, have you really even styled this in like more than one way of just trying it on? And I was like, no, actually I haven't. So she was like, yeah, try it in different ways, play around with it, see if you actually do really dislike it before you resell it. And I was like, you know what, you're right. So we'll see how this goes. I really hope she's a trooper, otherwise I'm gonna have to resell her. And if you guys look at this and you know me and you want this, message me. Last but certainly not least, cardigan from Vinted. Again, the labels were still on, so I'm assuming they were still brand new, and it was £8 including postage and packaging, and I'm in love. The buttons on this cardigan are also purple and they're huge, and they have huge pockets, which we need more of in women's clothes. And honestly, I'm so in love. Yeah, so those are all of the things that I bought, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below, have you been buying anything from Vinted or eBay or Depop recently? And if you have, what was it? What did you buy? Let us know. I feel like when you find a bargain, it's something that you're so proud of and you just want to keep talking about it. Do you know what I mean? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It feels so weird talking to the camera again, because I've low-key been avoiding it for ages and been sticking to voiceovers for quite a while now, but it feels good. It feels good to get back into it, and I'm excited to keep making videos for you guys. So please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like if you liked this video and would like to see more, and yeah, I guess I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching again, and bye.